All right, this solo starts out with a bend. Now, the interesting thing about this is we're doing this. So what happens when we do that, I'm playing two notes, holding them down on the 10th fret with my pinky, right, there and there. And then I'm bending this note, which is on my 3rd string 9th fret. So I'm keeping these two steady, and I'm bending this one. I'm bending it up a whole step. What happens is I'm going up to, basically up to my D chord. So I'm going up, bending it up to this chord. Now the problem with this is when you're playing on a guitar with a vibrato bar is that when I bend one string, the other strings go flat. So if I play these two and I bend the other one, you can hear these going flat. So that's a problem with even a standard Strat style bridge like this one, or it's even worse with a floating Floyd Rose or a tremolo bar. It even happens worse. The only way you can get around that is with a stop tailpiece, so you don't have any bending there. So if you're going to do a lot of this style of playing, you really need a stop tailpiece. However, we can sort of, you know, kind of trick it by doing something that I like to do. When I'm bending that up, if I lean back my palm back on my tremolo bar, right? If I lean back on my bridge, I can actually make the notes go sharp. So what I do is as I'm bending up, that's making them go flat, and I touch back here, and that makes them go sharp. So then you end up somewhere in the middle. So what we're shooting for is this. So if I do this, it's a little flat. So by leaning back here, you can see I raise that note up. Now, this is not an exact science, so you're really going by ear here. You know, you just got to practice doing this and then trying to bend it into tune by leaning your hand on your bridge. So that's just a trick you can use to do these kind of parts without having them sound completely out of tune. And it works really well if you can just get down the motion. So what we do when we go from there, we do our bend. And I go to my D note here on the 3rd string at the 7th fret. And then I do a little. But right before that, I'm going to do a rake, because I could just go right into that note. But I'm going to do a little attitude bend once again. So we got. And by that, I'm doing the rake, killing the strings, and getting this one. And then just a small bend off of that where I'm just pulling on a little bit. And then I do a hammering on my from 7 to 9. Bending at 9. Now I'm actually bending the 9th fret on the 3rd string. And then I'm coming in and picking up that 10th fret with my 4th finger there.